Please don't fall. I have it stacked on a whole bunch of clay, like Tupperwares of clay. Hello random people on the interwebs. My name is Leilani, but you can just call me Lay, because apparently my name is hard to say, so, you know. It is that time of year again. The leaves are changing colors. I'm busting on my leather jacket again, and I've already watched Child's Play 3 times. All of it, 3 times in a week. I may have too much time on my hands. In other words, it is fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it is October. And with it being October, most artists also know it is the beginning of Inktober. Now, if you don't know what Inktober is, 1, what rock are you living under? And 2, Inktober is an online art challenge where artists basically all around the world get different prompts every single day, and you are to sit down every day and do a drawing based on said prompt. And then with that drawing, you are supposed to ink it and post it online. Inktober. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, technically, this will be my first time ever participating in October. I say technically because I have used prompts for Inktober for drawings whenever I'm like uninspired, but I've always been in school, so I've never had the time to sit down every single day and draw. But now I do. So we're gonna be doing Inktober, and I will not fail and I will not quit. Maybe. I say that now, but like maybe, hopefully I don't fail or quit. So this video is going to have the entire first week of Inktober. Hopefully, again, I will be able to post 4 videos, 4 weeks of the month. So this is going to be the first week of Inktober, starting with the first prompt, dream. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of messed up. I don't know what happened, but my camera got all messed up when I was recording the first day, and I already finished it by the time I realized, so I don't have any recording to show you of me drawing it, but I will show you the drawing itself. So this is day 1's drawing. The prompt was dream. I'll put a better picture somewhere here. So for day 1's prompt, it was dream, and I feel like a lot of people took that obviously as, you know, you're dreaming somebody either daydreaming or sleeping. When I was sketching out this drawing, I was listening to mainly Melanie Martinez, and I listened to her song Fairy Soiree, and it gave me this idea of like a sleeping moon fairy. What's a moon fairy? I don't know, a fairy on the moon. Hence why she's on the moon. On top of that, I also wanted to try and draw something depicting how it feels to be sleeping and how it feels to be dreaming. I feel like when you're dreaming or kind of daydreaming, you feel very light and kind of foggy, you know, when you first wake up after sleeping really hard and you're dreaming. So I really wanted to show that, and I put the crescent moon floating in the water with a whole bunch of lotus flowers around her. And then to show the kind of foggy nature of sleeping, I did her breaths in this, very inspired by traditional Japanese artworks. I just really love the kind of soft, silky, kind of like swirly feel of it. So I really want to use that as her breath, so you can kind of see, you know, like she's snoozing. It's very foggy, very light, airy. I love it. I love how it came out. So with each drawing, I'm also going to grade it. I'm going to say what I love about it, what I hate about it, and give it a grade from 1 to 10. Like I've already made obvious, my favorite part is the foggy, kind of smoky breaths that she has. My absolute favorite part. I love it. I think the girl came out really cute too. I do kind of wish I would have changed her position so that it would have been more obvious that she was kind of like a fairy, because you can't really see her wings unless you're like really paying attention, or maybe that's just me. I love how she came out. I love her outfit, love her hair, her face. Absolutely love that foggy look. The crescent moon, I mean, it's a crescent moon. How can you hate a crescent moon? And the flowers came out great. The one thing I do have to complain about though is the water. Now, I can't really put my finger on why I was struggling so much with the water. In my digital drawings, I do a lot of water, and I love getting so detailed with my water, but it's so difficult when you're using inks, especially for me because I use the ink pens. It's not like, you know, a dip ink, so I wasn't really able to get that water look that I normally go for. And I mean, it does look like water, but I don't know. I do so much drawings with water involved, and I always love how they look. So to have something that has water in it, and it looked like this. I really hate it. However, I think on a scale from 1 to 10, I would have to give this, I'd say like an 8.5. 8.5. It's not bad. Okay, the fairy looks amazing. I love the smoke, the crescent moon, like the flowers. It looks good. It's just that damn water. I just hate how the water came out. I think it's really just me being hard on myself though, because again, I draw water all the time for it to look like this. Like, I'm a bit embarrassed. Anyway, yes, that was day 1's prompt. That was dream, but that's besides the point. Okay, that was day 1's prompt, dream. I don't really have much to say about that. So now we can get into you actually watching me do the whole drawing process for day 2. Alright, so day 2's prompt word was spider, and here I am just sketching the drawing into my sketchbook. I had already sketched my drawing in my tablet, but obviously I had to put it to paper. I was not about to draw fully in pen just looking at my tablet. So yeah, I had to put it onto the paper. At first, I was just gonna draw a regular spider, but I figured I would add a little something to it. So I decided to make it kind of like this spider queen that's like walking through a cave almost. And you can see on my right, I'm just looking at Pinterest, kind of flipping through different poses that I could be doing. For the most part, whenever I'm drawing, I tend to look at a lot of dancer poses. I would say mainly ballet is kind of what I go for. I just really like having that kind of light, gentle, kind of elegant look. So yeah, I'm just kind of putting all that in, and I will let you continue watching the rest of the sketch. Alright, so now I'm just obviously inking the entire drawing, and I'm gonna be honest, it's been a really long time since I've actually done an ink drawing like on paper. For the past probably, I want to say like 2-3 years, I've only been doing digital work, so I definitely have to get used to it again. I do have to say though, I found myself really enjoying drawing in my sketchbook again, compared to, drawing digitally. I feel like with drawing digitally, I'm less aware of everything that I'm doing. I mean, obviously I'm aware, but like I'm more careless, I guess you could say. Like I can, always erase things in Procreate, like pen marks and everything. I can always change colors and opacities and, change the vibrancy really easily. But when you're drawing in a sketchbook, it's a completely different experience, I guess, just because you have to be very aware of everything that you're doing and make sure that each design and each detail that you add in is exactly how you want it, or else you just have to start all over again if you mess it up. And that's not to say that I'm done with doing digital work, because I love doing digital work, but It definitely is a good change of pace to get back into drawing in my sketchbook. I feel like I was very much more aware of everything that I was doing, and I was really able to get more into it than when I am drawing digitally, just because, again, digitally I can just be carefree, and if I do mess up, I can always just erase in a layer. So now I'm just adding in the shadows, which I'm not gonna lie, I think was pretty difficult just because for a lot of my drawings I tend to use a lot of color, which is obviously easy to, differentiate everything. But when everything's all one color, and you have to try and use that said color to make it all look different, I forgot how difficult that was. So yeah, I was kind of working slowly and I had to think a lot, which hurt, but we got it at the end. So now that we're getting towards the end of the drawing, I feel like this is a good spot to kind of start critiquing it. My favorite part, honestly, I think I love her outfit. I love the figure. The girl looks gorgeous. Her hair, amazing. I think my least favorite part, I think I could have done better with the spider legs themselves. Yeah, I don't normally draw spiders and spider legs and all that stuff, so I didn't really understand how to make it look better. But, it's not bad. Alright, and here is the finished product. On a scale from 1 to 10, I would give this a 9.5, only because I kind of wish I would have went back and given her hair a bit more shading. I also kind of wish that I did a background, but even without that, it is still a really cute drawing and I love it. So yeah. Alright, so I am not gonna lie, day 3's prompt was path, and I mean, I did kind of stick with the idea of path, but it might be a bit of a stretch. So my idea was to draw a garden path, you know, just a little walkway that would bring you straight into a garden. And then I really wanted to include this statue like in the center of the garden, but honestly, I wish I would have kind of pushed the statue back a bit because you can't really see the path. I mean, I guess you kind of can, like it's supposed to be a little roundabout around her, so you know, it is still a path, but yeah, I still kind of wish that I would have pushed it back a little bit to show more of like the entry path, if that makes sense. In all honesty, the reason why I did this drawing, like the idea that came to me was because of an Animal Crossing island I visit. I was walking through their garden area and they had this statue that I forgot what it's called, but it has like the wings and everything, and it was really pretty. The island was just gorgeous, and I just knew like, oh, I should do this. This would be a really good way to kind of get through this Inktober prompt. It may sound a little ridiculous, but it did give me a lot of inspiration, so I'm not complaining. So I couldn't really figure out how to make this look like a statue. I mean, I guess it does look like a statue. Like, what person is that huge? But yeah, I was kind of, the way that I pictured it was a lot different, but I also pictured it in, you know, color, which again, I don't really know if we're allowed to color these for this challenge, so I just left everything pretty much black and white. A few of these drawings do have like a little pop of color, but still, like, I was really trying to just stick to black and white, which is really difficult because I rarely draw in black and white, so you know. But yeah, I think that the statue did come out pretty good. I just wish that I would have been able to color it the way that I normally do, because then I think it would have really stood out that it was a statue, not just someone standing there. Alright, once again, we are getting towards the end of this drawing. So, one thing that I do really like about this, I love the rose bushes that I put around her. I also really love the statue itself. I think it came out really gorgeous. One thing that I don't like, in all honesty, was the background. Not the grass or the path part of it, but where the trees are and the bushes. I don't know. I couldn't really figure out what to put over there. I didn't want to draw another statue or anything, but I didn't want to leave it just open because it's supposed to be a garden, so there's supposed to be, you know, plants and things like that all around. But yeah, I think I could have picked something a bit better, but it still looks good in my opinion. I could have done better. Overall, I would give this an 8. Again, I didn't really like how I did the trees in the background, but everything else is really good. I just wish that I could have colored it, but you know, it's okay. Definitely an 8. And day 4 is where everything goes downhill. Alright, that may be a little bit dramatic, but day 4's prompt was dodge, and right away I kind of thought of this fight scene. I used a lot of inspiration from Demon Slayer. I was trying to get a lot of reference photos from there. And you know, I don't know how I feel about this drawing. I think this is like my first time drawing a fight scene, so you know, it was definitely a challenge for me. Trying to make it look like everything was in motion was very difficult. You know, because he's ducking down, she's jumping, she's swinging the sword, like a lot's happening. I didn't know how to make it look like natural, you know, because when you look at Demon Slayer or any other like manga, it looks natural. It looks like there's motion happening, even though obviously it's just a picture on the page. And I was trying so hard to make it look natural and make it look like a manga artist drew it, but I am no manga artist, and I learned that the very, very hard way right here. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think that the whole thing looks a bit awkward. I won't lie, the guy came out great, he looks great, but the girl kind of looks awkward, the way that she's posed. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't look like she's really jumping. It just looks like she's kind of up there. And then same thing with her arm. Her arm looks like it's straight out in front of her when I was trying to get it to look like it was behind her. Needless to say, this was not my favorite drawing of the week. Good thing, the guy. I think the guy came out great. Bad thing, pretty much everything else. If I had to really give this thing a score, I would say a 5. It's not bad, but there is definitely room for improvement. Alright, moving on from that train wreck, here I'm sketching day 5, which is map. For day 5, I had this really cute idea of 3 kids using a treasure map, you know, to find some treasure or some sort of haunted spot. I don't really know exactly, but they're looking for something and they're using the map, okay? I tried to keep this kind of cartoony in a way. You know, I just thought that it would be a really cute, simple drawing. I don't really draw kids often, so I had to use a lot of references, you know, to be able to draw a kid and not have just a really short grown woman and grown man, you know? But after the day that I had yesterday with the drawing, I really liked this drawing. I think it came out super cute and I was really enjoying sketching it out. Also, this is a little off topic, but I had my lights, my ceiling lights, on flash mode, or not flash, I think it was fade. And I did not realize that you'd be able to kind of see it on the table. So, sorry if that's bothering you. But anyways, here I'm just kind of sketching them in some costumes. Obviously, it's Halloween. I figured that they'd be trick-or-treating, they'd be all dressed up. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing now, and I will let you watch the rest of the clip. Alright, so as we're getting to the end of this drawing, of course we gotta start grading it. Best part I think would be the girl and the ghost in the background. I think the girl just came out really cute, especially with her costume. And you know, the ghost is a ghost, so there's not much else to say there. Now, worst part. Not worst, but it's just something that I noticed. The two boys I think look a bit off. Not so much the one off to the left, but the one on the right. I think I have his body moved in a way that his head is not following. And it looks a bit off. Not crazy off. Like, it doesn't look like he's snapping his neck or anything. It just doesn't look right. And his arms obviously look a bit stiff, which is also kind of awkward. But yeah, that's really the only thing that I noticed that I didn't really like. Everything else pretty much came out the way that I wanted to. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I would have to give this drawing an 8. I only say an 8 just because it's a pretty simple drawing, and you know, the guy on the right is a bit off to me. Again, it could just be me, but yeah, something about him is just really driving me nuts. So yeah, I would give this a good 8 though. Alright, so this is the second to last Inktober drawing of this week. Today's prompt was gold. So originally my idea was to draw somebody wearing gold grills. I just thought it'd be pretty interesting. I've never drawn that before, so I thought it'd be pretty cool. And I started sketching that idea with the grills just to see how I liked it, and I ended up drawing the character with braids. And instantly I was like, okay, I can't do the grills anymore, I need to change it. I don't know what they're called, but I know a lot of people that do wear braids. They tend to put these little like gold cuffs on their braids and like little hoops and everything, and it's just, oh, I love it. It looks gorgeous. And I was like, oh, well, I have to add that into my drawing now. So that's what made me change my mind. And then I also gave her these really big earrings, which I plan on painting with my gold paint. So, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love drawing braids, twists, locks. I love it. It's gorgeous. I just really enjoy it, and I love the end product. But oh my fucking god, is it time consuming. And I do this to myself every single time. I'm like, oh my god, I need to draw somebody with braids. I need to draw somebody with dreadlocks. Like, it's gonna look amazing. And then once I get halfway through, I'm like, my fucking god, why did I do this to myself? But regardless, I absolutely love how it came out in the end with the braids. But I did not record my entire process drawing the braids because, again, it was just extremely tedious, and I had to take a lot of breaks because my hands started to hurt. But yeah, I love how it came out, and I love the braids, how they came out too.
But yeah, these were sent to me not for this video. They were sent like a while back, and I actually
Now that I finally finished with the braids and my hand is no longer cramping, I moved on to the rest of the drawing. I was trying to give the drawing a bit more of a, I guess, like a comic book feel, you know, with different panels and everything. Yeah, it was just kind of random. I was having a bit more fun with this drawing, so there's not really a reason for the little panels behind her. I just decided to do it, honestly. But I really like how they came out. I think it just added to the drawing rather than just having her sitting right in the middle of the page. It added a little bit more to it, so I like it. And again, we are getting towards the end of this drawing, so it is time to grade it. I am not going to lie, I honestly feel like this is the best drawing of the week. I just think it came out really beautiful and really cool. I love how the braids came out. I love how the flowers in the background came out, the eye, everything about this I honestly love. I can even see myself coming back to this and making it a digital piece. I think that would look really cool, you know, just coloring it in and just giving it a bit more pizzazz than it has already. So it shouldn't be that shocking that I give this a 10 out of 10. I love how the braids came out, the pop of gold, the drawings in the background. I love it. I love all of it. And it's definitely what I would do on my daily basis, even without the prompt. And we have finally made it to the very last drawing of the week. Today's prompt was drip. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I took it a bit easy when it comes to this drawing just because I was honestly a little bit behind. However, I do really like how this came out in the end. For drip, I decided I wanted to draw kind of like a potion bottle, you know, with it overflowing, dripping down the sides, pretty simple. But I did add in something a little bit different. I ended up drawing jellyfish in the center of the potion bottle. For one, I just thought that it would be pretty interesting, pretty cool, you know, a little bit different. Why are the jellyfish in a potion bottle? I don't know, but it leaves you kind of thinking. And the other extremely simple reason is just because I really love jellyfish and I love drawing jellyfish. So I just kind of wanted to draw jellyfish, honestly, and this was kind of my excuse to draw them. Now this drawing is pretty simple, so there's not really much I could say I love or hate about it. If I had to say something that I really loved about it, I would definitely say the jellyfish. But again, I'm just obsessed with jellyfish, so obviously that was going to be my favorite part. One thing I can definitely say I wish I would have done a bit better with is just the line art in general. You can definitely tell the lines are wonky as shit. I was trying my best to keep them like as straight as possible and not as bumpy, but it didn't really come out the way that I wanted it to, which isn't a huge issue to me. I mean, I was just trying to get this drawing out. It was very simple. I was just enjoying the drawing, so it doesn't really matter to me, but it was definitely something I wish I could improve on. So yeah, I think on a scale of 1 to 10, that would definitely leave it at a 9. It was pretty good drawing, but again, the technical aspect of it could definitely be fixed. And with all that put together, we are finished with week 1. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be to stay consistent because I had one day where I was really busy. I was doing dog walking like back to back all day, didn't have a chance to draw, and I was like, oh well, that's fine because I'll just draw tomorrow and I'll just do double, and then double became triple, and then triple became whatever comes after triple. So I had to play a lot of catch up, but thankfully I did catch up and now I'm back on track. I think the drawings of this week went pretty well, other than, you know, those few that I mentioned. Hopefully this week, well, next week when you see this week that I'm recording this, it will go a lot better, maybe a lot smoother as well. I'm really excited for this week's prompts. I have a lot of ideas already, so you'll be seeing that in the next video. I feel like I've been talking for a really long time, so let me just leave it at this. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't like the video, I mean, give it a thumbs down. That's the point of those buttons, right? I will be back with another video next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, with the second week of Inktober. But with all that being said, my name is Leilani, but you can just call me Lay, and I'm hitting the record button now. Nice. I feel like my makeup came out really cute today. I don't know about the lips, but very cute, besides this pimple that's here.